Okay, let's wait a minute until there's somebody there. Hello, hello, welcome. Cool, 9 people. Awesome. So, I just want to have a little talk before I go to bed because I feel like. And I have this very nice hoodie, and it's, I guess, like you cannot really read it because it's mirrored. But what is it saying? It says, "Your mind is not going to save you." And I ordered this hoodie, and I really like it. It's actually very comfortable. To remind myself when I look in the mirror, yes, yeah, mind is not there to guide you, to give you anything. And I just come out of a meeting with Thomas and Alex, and we had this discussion about what to do next. So I want to elaborate on that one. When you feel stuck in your experiment, what are you going to do? I had this comment today. Yeah, sometimes I have this feeling that I don't know what to do next or what to say. And then I commented or replied, the thing is, if you don't know what to do next, or if you don't know what to say, maybe you shouldn't say or do anything. And I know it sounds so easy and simple. It sounds almost so simple that it hurts. But at the same time, this is maybe the truth. As we know, the truth always hurts a bit, right? Because it's so obvious, because it's so clear, because we can see it, because it's transparent. And the thing about mind is what I think is very funny is that we don't even know what mind is. We don't. We just don't know what mind is. If you know what mind is, please let me know, because I try to figure it out for years. I really liked when Ra said mind is nothing more like gases from the brain, like a fart from your self-reflected consciousness, and we just take it so serious, and we just trust it so much. And at the end of the day, everybody knows, every being knows, let's say everybody that I know knows that mind is never the option. Never. It's never the option to make a decision based on your mind. Your mind makes you go crazy about this and that, about stuff you don't even need to do or make any decisions. So that's why waiting is the solution for almost everybody. I mean, yeah, there's some manifestors who think they don't need to wait, but still they gotta wait. They don't wait for an outer stimulation or outer invitation or outer moon or whatever but still they gotta wait. Still they gotta wait for their clarity. Still they gotta wait for their splenic goal or whatever, for their will to speak it out and see where they want to go. But yeah, this is this magic recipe, waiting. Waiting is bliss. Waiting is bliss. Not ignorance. I mean, ignorance is bliss as far as you stuck in ignorance because it seems like it's nice. And then when you get, you get ripped out of your ignorance about this and that and the other, you're starting to doubt your ignorance. And to cope that, you use your mind again. So maybe you could do yourself a favor. It's just an inspiration. You don't need to follow what I say. Please follow your own strategy and authority. But maybe it's an inspiration. The next time you sit somewhere, just don't say something. Yeah, I mean, if you're a manifestor, you can initiate it, but and then just start the conversation as when you're a manifestor. But for the most of us, projectors, generators, just sit there and say nothing. If you have an open throat, don't speak. Just be still. Just listen. And then when you have this feeling of, I need to say something, just watch it instead of act upon it. And maybe also the next time you think with your open throat, for example, you think about what you want to say, what you're gonna say, You just sit with it. And you will see, I once did this experiment of sitting 4 hours in a group of people. We were like 4 people, including me. And I decided in this moment of awareness that don't want to speak now anymore. I will just shut up and listen. And I sat there for 4 hours and didn't speak. And I just watched and looked. And my thoughts came up and my throat had wanted to do. And I had this pressure. But I didn't do it. I didn't force myself to do it. Because that's most of the time what we do. With my open throat, I'm not doing it naturally that I just speak when there's people speaking. I need to force myself. I need to force myself when it has to do with, open ego and this and that and open root and this is something very important. And I still do it. It's okay. I don't judge myself. I love myself. It's okay how it is. I'm 33 now. So almost 30 years, I guess 3.5 years ago, I started my experiment. So almost 30 years of living a conditioned life. I mean, I'm pretty happy that I decondition, that I have this possibility, that I have this privilege of deconditioning. So let's go back to the story. After this 4 hours, finally, this manifesting generator, and I didn't know human design in that when I did this. I just know that he's a manifesting generator because now I know his chart. He looked at me with his open eyes, 3420, like, I'm open now. And he hesitated to speak, but he felt like, I need to say something. And then he said, what do you think? What do you see? Something like that. And then I said something without thinking before I said it. It was like pure something, and I was watching myself as I said it, and it had a huge impact. Not a manifestor impact, but it had an impact in the way of frequency. And they were all still just, whoa. Because it was so deep and it was so filled maybe with wisdom about all the stuff they were talking for 4 hours, that they actually felt some kind of success. And it was just one sentence. I can't remember what I said, sorry. And it was nothing special and crazy poetry. It was just a one sentence that I said. And that was before I stumbled upon human design, before I was invited to study it actually. And that gave me something to ponder. I was like, holy shit. And this actually helped me to start my experiment before I even knew human design. Not in a way of that, I started my experiment with human design, don't get me wrong. But this actually gave myself this new perspective on things. Like, Thales, you don't need to speak all the time. You're not here to do this. I kind of figured out some mechanics by myself before that. And I guess most of you did. You just had no word for it. You couldn't label it. You couldn't find any resource, reference, whatever to give it some tangible flavor. I try to explain, and even that is hard. So that's something, I guess. So yeah, your mind will not save you. Never. Your mind will not save you. Your mind is maybe good when you walk over the street and you measure that the car is not going to hit you and tells you, the car is not going to hit us. But still, you walk over the street when your sacral or spleen or whatever tells you to do, because your body knows best. Your body knows best. Not your mind. And I know what I'm talking about. I'm a mental projector. I rather call it environmental projector, because mental projector sounds so mindy, and I'm actually not so mindy, because when you think about my chart and when you think about a mental projector chart, it's very much open. Everywhere that has to do with the body. So where that means I'm receptive there. That means I am studying this. I am there with my consciousness. And this is what I'm observing. So for me, it more feels like all these people with an open head, with an open ajna, they are much more mindy than me. They're much more mental than me. And with my 46 and my personality son in an open chi center, oh boy, do I feel everything in my body, every little change. And it's sometimes annoying, I can tell. It is. But it's also interesting. It reminds me all the time of like, okay, don't identify with this. It's just a trip. It's just a movie. It's just a program that tries to do something. It's just conditioning. It's just pandas and all of these funny words. So don't take it too serious. Seriousness stands in the way of feeling universal love, for sure. Nothing is serious. Yes, I know. Now you could say, but if when somebody dies in front of you, yeah. I lost friends. I know how it feels. But still, it's nothing serious because it's natural, isn't it? So when you can allow yourself to feel delight instead of seriousness, when you allow yourself to relax instead of feeling tension, that's the first and most important step in my perspective for your successful experiment. To relax yourself, to be relaxed with it, not trying to force it, not trying to make it happen, not trying to prove it, not trying to stress it. No choice. You cannot just say, I'm gonna do my experiment now and I will do it good and I will do it in 3.5 years instead of 7. Good for you if you think that, but that's not how it works. And I know some people say like, yeah, but this is all very absolute. Yeah, it's absolute because life is absolute. You're either alive or you're dead. Yeah, we have coma, but it's actually, coma is just it's actually dead. But we try to, put masks and this and that and bringing oxygen, so we try to save somebody. But in nature, if you would have that in nature in the jungle, you would just die. I'm not saying that I say this is better or something. Don't get me wrong. It's not about moral here or ethics. I'm just sharing my perspectives on things to maybe make you see and perceive it from a different angle. I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong. It's just perspective. And I guess perspective sharing is the most beautiful thing we can do with each other. When we just share our perspective without judging, without feeling blame or guilt. When it's just okay to share what you have to say and when you have people. So I'm very grateful for you watching. Not for my ego, not for my, attentive, for my attention-seeking open throat or whatever. I just had the feeling of, yeah, I'm in the mood to do this. I'm very relaxed to do this now. And I don't have this feeling of like, whatever comes is okay, I don't know why I do it. My body wants to do it. Follow your body, And projects be like, yeah, but do I need an invitation to make a coffee? No, your body will know what your body wants. Let your body be in charge. It sounds easy, right? It is easy. Actually, it is easy. It's just one step away, always. Everything in life is just one step away. You either drink the glass of water or you don't. You either go to the restaurant or you don't. You either write your crush or you don't. You either go live or you don't. It's always one step away, and this decision will be made by your body. And if you let your body do the things that your body wants to do, you will have a good life. Doesn't mean that you will be, successful, rich, and blah, whatever, I know people and they have some diseases and sicknesses and this and that, and they still are, much happier and satisfied in whatever you want to give it a name than the most people that I know that have like millions. I know millionaires and billionaires and people who are super rich, and they still come to me and want a guiding and say, please, Talisi, help me. I don't know. What should I do? And then, from my perspective, like, are you kidding me? You have a daughter, she's healthy, she goes to school, she's smart, you have a wife, and you love her, and she loves you, you have a big house, you have a boat, you have everything you need. But still you're looking for guidance because you're not satisfied? Interesting. So that taught me a lot, you know. It's never about the money. It's never about the money. It's always about the flow, the right moment, the right people, and how you go through life, how you navigate through life. Because you can be in the right environment, you can be with the right people, but when it's the wrong time, what to do, you know? You want to see fireworks and it's not New Year's Eve, you got to wait a year, you know? So your body knows when and where and with whom and what to do. And most of the time, we're not even here to do anything. You know, Ra often said it, and I know it from the Druids, from this Druid, what's it called, history or quotes. Do nothing, or you know, by not doing, all the doing gets done. And there, I mean, there's a huge truth in that. Most of the time, if we just wait, problems will just dissolve because it's just here. I know it from my life. It's you know, computer doesn't work. Ah, what is this? And you know, use all of this energy that you have to fix it and and you know, if you would just use your natural flow of flexibility, because every human being is adaptive, has this capacity to be adaptive. Otherwise, we wouldn't survive in this kind of crazy madness. If you would just use your natural way of, oh, there's a resistance, and this resistance is not like some lesson. You can feel that, I'm for sure. Then you would just, you know, close your MacBook and just do something else and let your body move through time and space. And whatever, get a chocolate cake or something. Whatever your body's in need right now. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that's it. Bye for now.